Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today I'm smoking my Sasieni Mayfair 52, and in it I'm smoking Milan Tobacco's Joe's Blend, which is probably my favorite Milan tobacco. I just absolutely love this tobacco. That is so good. It's a, it says it's in English. But I think it's kind of got like an aromatic quality to the English about it. It's like a hybrid tobacco, and it's just wonderful. It just smells so good when I'm smoking it, and it tastes delicious. Just a wonderful tobacco. Absolutely love it. Beautiful day today. It's 57 degrees. Overcast. Rain is in the forecast for us. This was one of the very first pipes I ever owned. I need to polish it up. It's kind of dull looking. This one I got from Randy up at the Moe's Guitar Shop. He gave me a bunch of pipes one time, and this was one of them. There was another beautiful 4-dot Sasieni Canadian that I just absolutely loved. And one day I was getting out of the car, getting out of my Jeep, and I had it in my lap. And when I got out, it fell on the ground and just shattered the whole. It had a big long stem. The Canadians have long wooden. The stem is real short, but the shank is real long, and it just that whole shank just shattered. There was no fixing it, and I was crushed. I loved that pipe. At that time, it was my favorite pipe, and probably still would be if I had one. If I had it, it would still be my favorite pipe. It had a very thin shank on it, and a little short stem. The stem was just a little short stem, but big, long, thin shank. And it was rusticated, and I absolutely loved that pipe. I loved smoking that pipe, and this is the only other Sasieni that I have, or Sasieni, I don't know how you say it. I call it Sasieni. Boy, this tobacco is so good. So the rain has not started yet, but I was just checking the forecast about 15 minutes ago just to see what the forecast was for the weather. And it was calling for rain for the next 4 hours or so. And it looks like rain. The sky's cloudy and dark, and so I'm sure we will have some rain. Which always makes me nervous after the flooding in the basements. Anytime we get rain, I get nervous. Waiting for the plumber to get back to me. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of rain, just a little bit of rain. I'm using it's hard to tell, see it there. Using a tamper I made from a branch, fallen branch out in the yard. I talked to old Pops the other day. Messaged with him, texted with him. It was nice to get back in touch with him. I haven't talked to him in a while, and actual just conversation with him. We are part of a prayer chain, YTPC prayer chain, and so we talked a little bit through that, but not deep conversations. So I messaged him the other day just to see how he was doing and see how his wife Jilly was doing, and so it's good to hear from old Pops. And old Pops is one of my dearest friends in the YTPC, and yesterday, in the last video yesterday, we had a cardinal just singing through the entire video. And today it sounds like we have a dove just singing through this video. I love having the birds singing. We get a bunch of different birds here. We get the Carolina chickadees and the blue jays and the bluebirds and the crows. We get hawks. We get all kinds of egrets. We get a lot of different birds here. Sometimes I'll sit out in the yard and there's an app for the phone that you can get, and and you'll turn it on, and it'll just tell you all the birds that are in your yard that as they're singing, it'll come up and say, oh, that's a northern cardinal, that's a Carolina chickadee, that's a blue jay or a bluebird or an egret. And then you can click on them later after it's done the list. You can click on those and hear all their different calls that they make, and it's an amazing app. And it's free. But you do need to download the, which is free, download the birds for the area you live in. So you have to go, like, I'm in the southeast. So I downloaded the birds of the southeast, but I also downloaded the birds of the entire North America, because you never know what you're going to get. And, coming through. So every once in a while we'll get something kind of odd, where it's making its way through here. But I loved the doves. When I used to be in San Diego, I had set up nests for the doves on my patio. So they would come and they would nest in my patio and lay their eggs and raise their young every year. So I would have the doves doing their cooing and stuff in a lot of my videos from when I was living in San Diego. I just loved the doves, and they would come to my patio all the time, and they would land, near me on the ground and just hang out with me, and it was just so cool. But I really fell in love with the doves in San Diego, and so I would build little dove boxes and hang them up on the top of my patio all around, so that they would have some place to come and nest. And they were safe there. They didn't have to worry too much about predators or. Every once in a while I'll go back and watch those videos, and I had wind chimes, and it was just kind of cool the sounds, from there versus the sounds from here. And then in the summer here, in the evenings, you get all the cicadas and the katydids and the frogs, and it's just, God, it's glorious here. All the different wildlife sounds you get. And of course the birds, just birds all the time here. We have so many trees in our yard, front and back, that the birds just hang out here all the time, and I just love that. we get wild turkeys a lot here in the yard. We'll get herds of wild turkeys. I don't know what they call them, but we get herds of them, and they there'll be 10, 15 of them, and they'll have babies. In the spring, they have their babies, and we'll get them just coming through here with 20, 30 little babies and 10, 15 mamas, and they're pretty big. Man, they're huge. And when you see them up close, they're pretty darn big birds. I just love that about this place. Sometimes I think I want to downsize a little. That I can't. I think about what it's going to be like in 5 years if I'm going to be able to take care of this property, and I think I want to downsize, move into the city a little more, get a little smaller yard, bigger house, smaller yard, and then I sit out here and with all the wildlife, and it's like, I don't know if I can ever give this up or not, I may have to break down and hire someone to help me with the upkeep. I can do the mowing. That's no problem. I'll be able to do the mowing until I'm an old man, but all the cleanup and all of that stuff that after the storms, that my back just isn't allowing me to do it all the time. Well, getting a little thunder. Getting a little bit of thunder there. Sounds like it's over the Blue Ridge Mountains right now. But it is, what time is it? It's 10:30, 10:25. And the sun is breaking through right now. Getting a little bright sunny out there, so we must have a little bit of clearing right above us, which should make for some good thunderstorms. And the cold air comes in off the mountains and hits the warmer air here. We usually get some good thunderstorms. I don't know if you guys are able to hear that thunder off in the distance. I haven't seen, we used to have some foxes hanging out in the yard here, and I haven't seen them in a while. I don't know if they've moved on or or what. But they were a kick to watch, the foxes. I loved watching the foxes. We had a male and a female, and I don't know if they had a little den down here. I got a tree that fell, and the wildlife seemed to love that tree, so I've just kind of left it there in the yard. And the deer love to lay around it, and the foxes were, I think, using it as a den at one point. But I'm gonna need to clean that up, and but I absolutely love where we live, and I need to get an arborist out here and have them trim some of these trees up and take down a couple of them that are need to be taken down, that are dead before they fall. Yeah, the thunder's off in the distance out over the mountains. I can hear it behind me here. We have the Blue Ridge Parkway right behind us, the Blue Ridge Mountains right behind us, and we're about 1,200 feet up in elevation here where we're at. And the city of Salem is down below us, and then behind that is the Blue Ridge Parkway. So we're kind of in the foothills of the Blue Ridge. And there's mountains on this side as well, all around us this way too. And so we're kind of surrounded by mountains. And then the big city is down below us, city of Salem, Virginia. It's down below us. And Roanoke is just over that way a little bit. But so this weekend I'm hoping to get out, and I think this rain is just supposed to last today. So this weekend I'll get out and start cleaning up the yard. Back's feeling a little better today, so I'll give it another day and then go out Saturday. Hopefully my daughter McKinley will give me a little bit of a hand with it. I'll go buy one of those trash gripper things, and that'll help. So I put some Grandpa Gus's mouse deterrent stuff out here. I saw that mouse that was in here the other day. Haven't seen it since. But and that stuff smells so good. It's cinnamon and mint in these little packages. And I guess mice are supposed to hate that stuff. So I threw some along the edges of the roof up here where I saw it. And then down along each, it said to put one pack at each wall on the so I did that, but boy, that stuff smells so good. It smells so good. I'm smelling it as I'm sitting here. I got one. I put one on the workbench just in case, because I don't want any mouse on my workbench. I haven't seen any droppings or anything on there, but I just don't want any on there. I put one down underneath the workbench, one on that side, and then two up along the edges up there, and one underneath. Boy, it sure smells good in here. It smells so good in here. So hopefully that'll keep them out. Comes with great ratings. It's supposed to work really well, so we'll see. But anyhow, I'm almost done with this bowl. So I'm going to say goodbye here, and I'm just going to sit and relax. Enjoy the weather, the thunder. The wind is starting to pick up. So I will catch you guys later. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Take care.